Hi everyone, I'm Amija and today I'm going to be teaching you on how to write a speech and the four main components to write a really good speech. So a speech has four main components that are the introduction, your main points, the conclusion, and the transition between your main point. And before I continue talking about the four components, please subscribe to my channel by pressing the subscribe button right now. Thank you so much! So the first component for a speech would be the introduction. At the very first, before you introduce your topic, you have to introduce yourself and who you are. As you start your speech, your introduction should immediately hook the audience's attention so that they would be willing to listen to your speech. Now, this can be done in many ways. Firstly, ask a series of rhetorical questions. This is a common way to engage with the audience. An example for explaining this would be Simon Sinek's TED Talks. He had started with asking, how do you explain when things don't go as we assumed? Secondly, arouse curiosity. Start with a statement that would create curiosity in the minds of the audience. And thirdly, have a what-if scenario. It is another persuasive way to hook the listener. For example, what if you were given the right to do whatever you want? Now, as you write your introduction, you should give a preview to the audience on what they will listen to and also briefly summarize what your main points would be. It is better if you write your introduction to the last because it will be helpful if you have written your main points and conclusion. So then it will be easier for you to write your introduction as you know what your main points already are. Moving on to the second component, main points. Once you know the purpose of your speech, you will want to brainstorm a list of ideas that would support the purpose and stance of your speech. Organize all of your thoughts and ideas in a logical manner which will also flow well together and every point you make. Use numerous examples that would support every point you make and illustrate them through facts, figures, and so on. Once you have established your idea for every main point, you can start writing your body of the speech. An easier way for this would be to create an outline for your main point and then list all the evidence that support your idea. And it is totally up to you on the number of evidence you want to add, depending on how well you can memorize your speech. So the third component is the conclusion. Use your conclusion as an opportunity to summarize your whole speech and the main points. Don't take this time to argue or repeat the same points you have said before. And also, don't bring up any new points in front of the audience because this would confuse them. You want to recapture the spirit of your speech and the main points of why you said it. Use words like in conclusion or in summary so it would acknowledge the audience that the speech is about to end. As you know the quote, the first impression is the last impression. Leave a last impression in a conclusion that would grab the audience's attention, just as they did in the introduction. Your conclusion will be the last thing the audience will hear from you, so you want to end your speech on a high note and making it more memorable. So in your conclusion, you may also want to incorporate a takeaway message and what you want the audience to remember. And finally, the fourth component is transition. Transitions are mainly used to show the connection between every main point. Now, there are different types of transitions used in a speech. Firstly, temporal, using words such as before and after. Equality, this would be highlighting points that have equal importance using words addition or moreover. Thirdly, causality, using words which show cause and effect. Fourthly, compare and contrast, using words or phrases that would compare parts of the speech using contrarily or on the other hand. So after you have established your main points and had a rough idea of what evidence you will use to support them, sort all the points in a more logical format, and from there you'll be able to point out where you can input transitions in your speech from point by point. And that's all I have for today. I hope these tips help you improve. Thank you!